What's going on, YouTube? It's the Green Shiz. Happy Wednesday. Just a brief, quick reminder for you. 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, live on YouTube, on my channel for the Heritage Weekly Auction. Hope to see you guys there. This will be, I think, the third week in a row. It's an awesome auction. It's a great time. So let me know if you're going to swing by. Love to see you guys there. Appreciate the support. Now, getting into what I posted on Instagram. So I posted a poll basically derived from my last video, where I had mentioned I purchased a CGC card. If you did not see the last video, I guess the refresher, I purchased a CGC slab. This is a Creatures Deck Zapdos. Doesn't really matter for this story, but basically wanted to do the age-old question, which one looks better? So I posted a poll, and I used the same card. So I used Charizard PSA slab and a Charizard CGC slab, put them side by side, and did a poll, which one looks better. And I have a pretty diverse group of followers following on Instagram between Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon collectors, and any video games, some video game collectors as well, and a bunch of people that aren't in any of that. So this was my personal Instagram before I used it for collectibles. So there's some people, I'd say probably 15%, are people that aren't really accustomed to any slabs or any different labels or anything. So they're completely green. But I just wanted to see, if comparing two of the same cards, how people felt. Oh, which one looked better? Not going off the grading scale, any of that. That's all aside. Really just wanted to see how people liked the way one looked versus the other. Obviously, tons of people are going to have predetermined answers inside of their head based on their experiences, and that's okay. I wanted to get as many answers as I could. I want to say it was close to a little over 50 people submitted an answer, yes or no, and the results were pretty shocking. I am shocked. So CGC ended up walking away with what you would consider looking the best based on this vote, and I casted my vote at the very end. Some of you, I think I've made it known, I really do like the way the CGC, the labels look. Me being both, like looking at my desk, I have both all the time. I have tons of PSA slabs. My most expensive cards are definitely in PSA slabs. It's just what is available, existing for vintage Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon cards. CGC is definitely still developing that. They don't have that giant mass of collecting and grading for the last, whatever, 15, 20 years. So that's ever developing. But just looking at the aesthetics, the way that the slabs look, I did not get into detail in this post. It was literally just pick one, yes or no. Don't even give me a reason. Didn't want one. I just wanted thumbs up, thumbs down for each one. And CGC, like I said, walked away with it, approaching almost 60% of the vote, which I thought was pretty. And I could scroll through and see who voted for what, and there was, like I said, probably 15% of the people were green, and the other 85% have had some experience, I would say, with at least seeing graded cards, whether it's Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, or video games. So CGC's got the blue label, PSA's got the white and red label. Both of them kind of can clash. They both can clearly clash with whatever card's inside of it. Obviously this Yu-Gi-Oh card I held up is tan and green, or whatever color you want to call this, Ryza, and then the slab's red and white. So it just, like, it doesn't match, whatever. Red doesn't match a whole lot of things, being the basic color it is, and similar for blue. Blue's not going to match a whole lot of things. This matches clearly, but pick one that doesn't. So this one, it definitely doesn't even match. So just looking at the I'd say that's a draw. You're going to have some win, some lose. Tomato, tomato. Who cares what the colors look like? I don't. The red and white's okay for me. That's not what kills that label. The blue and white is okay for me. I like that I've seen this a lot on comic books. I like that it kind of matches. So that was kind of a wash for me in my grading, my determination of who looks better. Getting a little bit deeper is kind of just the case itself. So the case itself lends itself, and I really, really lean towards this one, the CGC slab. This has like a crystal clear, and if you have not held one, I suggest it. At least try it out, because you can buy these. They're all day. PWCC weekly auctions. At least 100 plus of these do not sell for $10. So if you just wanted to buy a piece of plastic with a random card in it, you could spend basically $12 with buyer's premium to buy a handful of jank. And you could just at least feel a slab. So that's available to you. You probably won't find them that cheap on auction on eBay, but PWCC every week you can find them. Same with PSA. You can find $10, $12 slabs just to feel it out if you want to hold some plastic. But yeah, the crystal clarity from these looks really good. I don't know what it is about it. The unclearness through the PSA slab, it doesn't do anything for me. It looks okay. It doesn't detract from what the card I'm looking at. I think there's just a little bit extra emphasis that puts on the card when you're looking at a crystal clear slab. And I don't know. Let me know what you think about the crystal clearness. Do you prefer kind of the smoky plastic? You can't see through it at all. That for me is a huge thing. I like the size. The sizes are basically a wash. So the size is a wash. You could call the label coloring a wash. So the actual plastic it's in, I would go with the CGC over PSA. The only other thing, not going into kind of the grade, is more discussing the way they fill out the labels. And it's no contest that CGC will fill out their labels nicer. It's cleaner. There's just a lot more abbreviations, as you see here with the Charizard comparison. Way more abbreviations are actually not even including all of the text. I really like having all the words on the freaking label. The entire set, everything. Barely any abbreviations, if any. There isn't any on this one. It just does it justice. The one thing I don't really care for is the center, like with not having subgrades. It looks like the text is kind of just shifted up in the box. So if they could drop the centering on that, that would be huge. But I mean, they've graded 1.5 million now at this point. I doubt it's going to change. Graded 1 point, so we are creeping up, I think, on the 2-year anniversary of CGC. So 1.5 million ish Pokemon cards graded in 2 years. That's pretty good. That's pretty dang good. As far as quantity, a lot of modern, I would say. But yeah, that's awesome to see that getting done. Personally, I appreciate the efforts there, but I don't know. There's something about Old Reliable that kind of just, you wrap it all in one package. The aesthetics to it, tied into the vintage cards. I feel like it has that premium. The PSA, like you could tell, it's not as nice of a slab. Like if you holding it in your hands, like I said, but. It's just something about it. It's built and burned into our brains. This is the grail. Like, you want your top priority cards in a PSA slab. And I do. Like, literally, like all my PSA 9 first edition base, I say it all the time. I know it's a broken record. My PSA 10 Zapdos collection. It doesn't exist for me in a CGC because I can't get any of those cards in a 10 except maybe 1 or 2 of them. So That's unfortunate. Maybe it'll develop and change in the coming years, but still, it seems the pops are going to be pretty low. Those things have not been popping off, pun intended. And I think the 10s are going to, on the vintage watts, you'll kind of remain a little scarce for some of the hollows because even looking at it, it's not, like I said, it's not popping off. You're not getting tons and tons of 10s. So it'll be really interesting to see how it plays out. But I would love, like, I couldn't imagine having a CGC 10 Zapdos set would be pretty sick looking because those of you who don't know, you get the yellow lettering and all the Zapdos cards are yellow. Would look pretty dope. But yeah, that was my vote. I voted for the CGC slab over the PSA slab for aesthetics. Grading scale, tip it to PSA. Currently still learning CGC's grading scale, so I'm hoping to find out more from this latest bulk submission. The last one gave me a pretty good idea that I can get 10s on modern now, which is great. But I'm submitting more vintage stuff, and I want to see if these come back kind of similar. So that'll be a real good tell for me. But as it stands in my brain, I like the ability, about a 40% PSA 10 rate coming out of PSA versus a much less, 10% or less, Gem 10 rate coming out of CGC. So that definitely plays into it big time as far as who I like and whatever. So nobody ever just really looks at the slab and says, hey, I'm going to grade. Well, I guess some people might actually. A lot of people might. I could definitely tell you a lot of people do. Especially for PSA. People, myself, I'm probably, I don't know, there may be more diverse people with different grading companies. I have quite a bit of SGC, PSA, and CGC slabs. And a handful of Beckett, just like a few, like less than 5, I think, of Beckett. But I really do like being diverse and going through these different companies and utilizing them to their own different benefits. So, and those of you that know some of those from watching some of my videos, and I've proven a few different things at CGC, and hopefully here at PSA, I'm going to have a good turnaround of a handful of CGC 8.5s. I'm trying to cross a handful of them to 9s. So really hoping there's a lot of potential there. Lots of cracking going on in my life. I still need to figure out what I want to do with this, because like I said, I love the CGC slab, but man, a PSA 10 would fit beautifully into my PSA 10 collection. And every single one of these graded with PSA is a 10. So it's got a good chance. I'd say it's almost 60-40, 60% chance at a 10, 40% not is my guess. Not amazing feeling, not amazing at all. So, yeah, that's kind of it. Just kind of wanted to go through that and let you guys know kind of that poll I did. If you did not participate, then shame on you. Go follow me on Instagram, link down below in the description. It's always a riot. Shoot me a message if you ever have any questions, but hope this was semi-entertaining for you, because I really do like the CGC slabs. I love it. I love it. I wish and hope that the video game company does something very similar to the comic books and the video and the trading cards. I gotta say they probably will, more than likely, just because they kind of follow along suit. I personally will be ecstatic. I think they got a huge potential to take over a bunch of the market, with WATA currently sharding all over themselves and VGA being VGA. I think the video game company, if done right, can come in and slap up the other two pretty good. So that'll be interesting. God knows Heritage Auction loves CGC because they sell tons of comics and also cards. So they got a shoe in there, but Heritage is selling VGA and WATA currently. They're not just going to dismiss those companies. So kind of going off on a tangent here, but it's all kind of related. So hope you guys have a good one. Hope to see you at 9 p.m. tonight for my live. Talk to you guys later. Peace.